Third time's a charm. How do? I was right on my ear roll. Right, on with this. We're off to a cracking start. First off, thank you to everyone that commented on the last week's video. I think the general consensus is go P90. Spoke to Sean at Old Bones. He's just going to have a little look if there's anything that would fit any better. Don't think there is, or whether he can design something that will fit a bit better, which would be cool. He's going to have a look at that, but it's going to take a minute because he's a busy little sausage. So this might be back burner for a minute, but we'll see what happens. We've still got to do some spray work and stuff on it yet anyway. Yeah, or we're just going to bang some P90s in there, which I think is going to be the thing. Looking at this, might have to do some routing to make the cavities a little bit deeper. Which is going to be a shame because we'll end up having to route out the serial number there. Not that any of it's going to be original to matter that it's got a serial number on it, but yeah, I'd rather not. So we'll have to have a look and see what happens to them. What are we doing today? What are we doing today? Fretting. We're going to put some frets in this. I've put a straight edge on it, had a look. I can't remember what I did years ago. I'm standing like a teapot again. Sneaking suspicion, I just pulled the frets, stuck new frets in it, and didn't do anything to the board. That's what I'm going to go with, because if I did, I didn't do a great job. There's definitely some waftiness in it. Probably just put new frets in it and leveled it to the top of the frets, I think. But looking down it and seeing what's going on, it's developed a little bit of a twist. Now, I don't know, I can't remember whether that was in there originally or whether that is something that's developed over 8 years of it just sitting, getting hot, getting cold and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to have a look at that today and try and stick some, we're going to go with some Jescar 55090, I think. The narrow tool stuff in stainless, because that'll fit the vibe and I like that. Anything else? Oh yeah, ow. Ordered a, what's it called? Bigsby. I'm well good at remembering things. Bigsby style bridge that we put on the Silvertone, because it's got a bigger foot plate. We're doing well today, and I haven't got to make a whole new thing with out of ebony and all bits and pieces. Hopefully it raises up high enough to go with the neck angle, because you can probably see straight neck and how dipped off the body is. That's how high our bridge is going to need to be, just to hit the fingerboard. So when you put some frets on it, you know, put another mil and a bit of action height on it, needs to be a really high bridge. So might even end up having to build like a little plate for that anyway. Future me, I'll have to worry about that, but we'll see that. Right, let's get on with something. Let's start working out what we're doing with this board. Let's bring you in for a closer look. I know the lighting's not great in here, but there's lots of windows for natural daylight, so I can see what I'm doing, but it's terrible for actually trying to record anything. So you'll have to bear with me, or someone can buy me a professional studio. Either or. Right. Can you see? You can just about see it on the camera. We've got some material taken off there a material taken off of there, so you can see which way the neck's twisting. So we're just going to keep sanding on that, see if we can get that dialed out, and go from there. But let's yeah, I'll just speed this up for you because it's going to be boring as fuck to watch. No, it's not doing bad. That's not doing bad. You can see. I should probably go and get you so you can actually see this a bit closer, shouldn't I? Oh, hang on. Right. A lot of that is like the wear that was in the guitar. So we're not super fussed about taking that out because I don't really want to take out all the wear. But you can see we just got a little shallow point there, yeah? So it's got a little bit of pencil lead in it, different colour to the rest of it. So we want to make sure the edges are perfect. Then the frets will sit down nicely and stuff like that. It's not too sad all the way down the board, maybe a little bit more there. So a little bit more. That's pretty good. We've got 80 grip on that. So it's quite aggressive. We want to go up to like 400 or something. I don't really... You'll see a lot of guys go ridiculously high and like mirror shine. But you've still got to fret it unless your fretwork is 1000% amazing. You might have to go back and retouch it to do something because I glue frets in, yeah. It's glued to wipe off and all that stuff, so 400 is absolutely fine. There is ever so slightly a little fall away off of that last fret. But it's the last. It's fine up. There's all kinds of sirens outside if you can hear that. I wonder what's going on. Yeah. It's fine. It's that last little one that falls away, which isn't the end of the world, and we'll just dress the frets accordingly. I don't really want to take off quite a lot of material to get down to that point, because I think it'll be probably too much, and then we'll be too close to all the fret markers. So let's not do that. Right, let's put you in a proper time lapse, and we'll just go up through this, get this 100%, well, close enough, get it dialed in. Oh, one of the subscribers, Jeff, lovely man, just wondering if I replied to his last email. Don't think I did. Sorry, dude. He doesn't like the music. I don't think a lot of people do. So he's sent me some of his tracks he's recorded, which is a bit more rocky and stuff like that. So everyone say thank you to Jeff. Yeah, I'll be using them. So. Here we go. Just sanded it to 400 grit. We're not going crazy. All the cool wear through it. From over the years of playing, we're going to leave that in because I'm a firm believer of the guitars earned that. So I don't want to really unless I have to sand it out or repair it. I know a lot of people will moan and say it still pushes out intonation and shit like that, but we're going to be putting jumbo frets in it. It's not going to matter. Well, jumbo height, not jumbo width. It's not going to matter. And I think it looks cool. And if we sanded all that out and this looks brand new versus how fucked up this body's going to look, it's going to look odd, isn't it? I need to scrape off. There we go. Need to scrape off all the yellow that's down the side of it as well, because it doesn't look very good. So we'll clean that up. Right. Let's put some slots in this. You can buy these little handy dandy little saws. Hosco make one, StewMac make one. They're quite cool, but with binding, I always find you'll be trying to cut, and it'll be going really well, and then like you can very easily bump it up over the binding, and then you have to do a binding repair. So there's ways around it. You can try putting a clamp either side, like one of them quick clamps like that, and that kind of stops you doing it. Stops the binding being knocked off as well if you hit it with a saw. I prefer to use a Dremel. I made myself this base ages ago when I first started because I couldn't afford everything. I have got the proper metal ones, but I find this is better for doing fret slots. Doesn't mar anything, and it's a wider base, so it's easier to use. For me personally, not really much to it, to be honest. That looks down there now. 0.5 mil bit. I think I buy the blue ones. They're cobalts. They last a bit longer, I think. And then if you wrap a bit of tape around the shaft, snig up, it acts as a fan and blows all the dust out of the way while you're doing it, which makes your life easier. And make sure you're wearing your eyes and your ears, as Mr. Richards would say, because safety first. done. Probably a short video today, which isn't a bad thing, is it? Frets are in. We're not going to worry about too much. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Sticking a fret level on it and all that sort of stuff, because we've got to do a bunch more work yet. So there's no point in making them look super nice in case we scuff them up later or something like that. There's got to be a bunch of airbrushing and bits and pieces and some touch-ups and stuff. So yeah, we might end up getting some over the frets and it has to be cleaned off. So there's no point. So we'll do that later. Let's have a little look. Here we go. All in. We've got the ends all rounded and whatnot. Gone with a full fat jumbo as a 0 fret. Then hopefully when we level these, it buys us enough room there to have some height. And then we'll probably stick an orange Corian little string guide in there. But yeah, that's done. We're doing some spray work next one, but we're also going to be starting a new project, which is going to be cool. And it's something in that box there. Involves that bit of paper there and that lump of ash there, which is going to be cool. Looking forward to starting that. But until next time, toodaloo.